The bail hearing lasted 7 minutes. 7 minutes to decide whether he would go home to his daughters or disappear into a cell. No witnesses, no questions, no chance to speak. Just a judge flipping through papers too quickly to read, while a prosecutor recited charges like numbers on a grocery receipt. His public defender leaned close, whispering hurried notes he barely had time to understand. When the gavel struck, the number was already waiting. $200,000. Cash. Marcus Hill didn't even have $100. And just like that, he wasn't going home. Marcus was 34 years old, a warehouse worker, a father of 2 girls who were his entire world. Rent overdue, a car that coughed every morning before starting, night shifts whenever they were available. That Saturday morning, he had promised his daughters a picnic by the river. They'd packed sandwiches the night before. They never made it. The police came before sunrise. 6 squad cars, red and blue lights slicing through the dark, neighbors watching from porches, curtains half open. Hands were yanked behind his back, plastic cuffs biting into his wrists. His youngest daughter screamed from behind the screen door, pressing her face against the mesh as officers dragged her father away. Marcus kept asking one question, over and over. What did I do? No one answered. The accusation was serious. Armed robbery. A corner store 2 blocks from his apartment. A masked man. A pistol. The register emptied in under a minute. Police said the suspect ran on foot. Marcus lived nearby. That was enough. They searched his apartment. No gun. No stolen money. No mask. Nothing. True story, he had only his little girls to be proud of. They took him anyway. At the station, detectives slid a grainy photo across the table. A blur. Baseball cap. Hood pulled low. You recognize this? One asked. Marcus shook his head. That's you, the other replied. He leaned closer. The image could have been anyone. They asked where he was that night. He told them. At work. Clocked in. Cameras at the loading dock. 2 co-workers who saw him. The room went quiet. One detective folded the photo back into the folder. We'll check. They never brought it up again. In court, the story changed. The prosecutor smoothed the edges. A suspect the same height. Living close to the store. An old misdemeanor. The blurry picture. A clerk who picked his face from a lineup. The defense tried to speak about work logs, about cameras, about witnesses. But bail hearings don't wait. The judge nodded, set the number. Marcus was led away before he could even turn around. Jail is different when you haven't been convicted. Different when the man across from you is already serving 20 years. Different when your boss stops answering calls. 3 weeks became 2 months. Then 4. Bills stacked up. Eviction notices followed. His girlfriend moved the kids to her sister's apartment. His public defender was juggling more than 100 cases. The store clerk's identification was never challenged. The footage was never enhanced. The work log stayed buried in a file. Across town, another arrest. Same charge. Same type of crime. A white college student from a quiet neighborhood. Parents arrived with a private attorney before the ink dried on the report. Phone data. Uber receipts. Bank statements. That bail hearing took 20 minutes. Bond was set at $5,000. He paid it before lunch. Went home. Marcus watched his life stall behind bars. Every court date meant chains around his ankles. Every delay meant another month lost. Prosecutors offered a deal. 5 years. You'll be home before your youngest starts school. He said no. He hadn't done it. He kept screaming an no to anyone who could hear him. They came back with 3. Then 2. Time served counts, his lawyer whispered. Marcus shook his head. How do you plead guilty to something you didn't do and then look your daughters in the eyes? Months later, a legal aid clinic reopened file. A paralegal noticed something strange. The camera in the store faced the register, but the robber ran through the back alley. There was another camera, one police had never bothered to request. That footage was clearer. Different jacket, different shoes, different build. The timestamp overlapped Marcus's shift. Then phone records. Marcus's phone pinged inside the warehouse. not near the store. At the same time, they took it to court. The prosecutor asked for time. 2 weeks later, the charges were dropped. Marcus didn't get an apology. He didn't get a press conference. He didn't get a letter from the court. He got a plastic bag with his jail clothes, and 8 months the system could never return. No paycheck for the time he lost. No housing voucher. No cleared record waiting for him. Just silence and doors that kept closing. Employers stopped calling. Landlords stopped replying. Friends grew uncomfortable. The case lingered in databases like a ghost that refused to leave. They called it a dismissal. Like that word could hold everything he lost. Like it could erase hospital rooms where his eldest daughter was fighting cancer of the lungs, or daughters who learned how to grow up without him. Like it could soften the sound of a jail door slamming, shut behind an innocent man. The real robber? A white young man from a rich home who committed such horror to win a bet he had made with his friends. His case was softened, charges reduced, probation sealed, and the people who made the decisions, they went back to work. Same offices, same desks, same courtrooms. No discipline, no consequences, no reckoning. Files closed, errors labeled procedural, lives left shattered. Marcus never stood in front of a jury, never had the chance to tell his story, never got the dignity of being believed before he was punished, because for him, the punishment came first. The cell came first. The shackles came first. The lost months came first. And that's the part that should haunt us. Not just what happened to him, but how easily it happened, how quickly a narrative hardened, how fast someone became a suspect, and then a number, how poverty shortened patience, how race bent assumptions, how waiting in a cell made truth feel optional, because pretrial detention doesn't just hold people, it pressures them, breaks them, teaches families how to survive without them, pushes innocent people toward guilty pleas just to go home. Marcus walked out without a conviction, but the system still left fingerprints all over his life, invisible ones, permanent ones. So the question isn't whether bias exists. It's whether we accept a system where freedom depends on money, where time behind bars starts before guilt is proven, where evidence can sit untouched while lives unravel. Marcus lost 8 months. Some lose decades. Some never make it back out at all. And if justice can move this fast in the wrong direction, then it has to move faster when the truth is on the line. Because the most dangerous moment in the justice system isn't the verdict. It's everything that happens before. If this story moved you, challenged you, or opened your eyes, stay connected to Life is Unscripted for more real stories that matter. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you never miss the next story. Until the next one, stay curious, stay compassionate, because here on Life is Unscripted, every story is real.